So the first one we had was boundaries, that there's an issue between the boundaries at work and home, that basically both are merging into one. So very difficult to set boundaries, and when you do set boundaries in work, they tend to get broken, and that was by ourselves plus by the organisation as well. So there is a bit of ourselves, kind of feeling if we don't, then someone else will, and we won't seem like we're a good team player if we're not responding when we're supposed to respond. Then someone said that, you could put a tagline at the end of the email to say, don't respond. But we felt that even with that in there, we still were responding and people were still emailing us. So the process was still happening. So just lack of boundaries between switching off, and technology really not helping with that. And probably a little bit of FOMO on our parts of missing out on what's happening and feeling excluded. Then the next one was lack of female role models. So we did a discussion on our table about a lot of people looking at promotion and having development discussions, but actually never even considering it because they don't have any female role models in leadership roles in their organisation. So therefore, it never even popped into their head to think that they could, because they can't see it in front of them. So a real lack of female role models within tech and some of the businesses around this table. And then a lack of females in decision making. So a feeling that a lot of decisions are made, with men around the table rather than women. And that is obviously going to have an impact on our organisations and societies as well. And then the last one was a lack of truth telling. And a lack of truth telling on both parts. A lack of us telling the truth when we're wrecked and worn out from children or things going on in our lives. Being afraid to speak up and say when we're not okay. And just feeling that if we do speak out and tell the truth, that people, won't, be either cancelled or ignored or kind of moved away from, because we'll be seen as weak. Big discussion here about coming back after maternity leave or significant life events, and just being afraid to say that we're tired or not able or, need a bit of support because we'll be seen as weak within the organisation. So a lack of truth telling on both parts, organisation and individuals.